And here we go. I present to you ShinyWark running Donut County. Take it away.
Hey there. My name is ShinyWark. I'm your local blueberry dragon. I'm here running Donut County. This game came out about 3 years ago. It's a pretty cute game, and I quite enjoy running it. Very small, very simple little indie puzzle adventure. And I am here joined with my friend Kat Kupo, who's going to be helping me with commentary.
Hey everybody.
All right. So first thing you might notice, just want to let you guys know, the entire game is going to be in Chinese just because it'll be faster when we scroll through text boxes and when we scroll through text messages and stuff, just to cut down on a little bit of time. So this game is going to be quite dense with commentary just because of the amount of things that we're going to need to explain as we're going along. But Kat should be here to help you guys with that.
Yep. I'm here to help out, especially when there is an important skip that China needs to focus on.
For sure. Just also want to let you guys know, if you guys like the style of this game is actually on sale on Steam right now, so you can get it for less than $4 at the moment.
Really?
Quite a good deal if you ask me. And yeah. I guess my first shout out is to my friend Hayes, who introduced me to speedrunning this game. She's super wonderful, and yeah, I wouldn't be here today if she hadn't introduced me into getting faster at this game. All right. So time is going to start when I hit this button right here. So we're going to do a little countdown, and 3, 2, 1, start.
Donut County is a game about delivering donuts. And we're already skipping everything.
Yeah. So basically what we're going to...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You got it.
There's a text message conversation there that the main character, Mira, is having with... Well, the secondary main character is having with BK, a raccoon who is controlling the donut. You can see his picture in the top left. We skip it by hitting that window early, and that lets us go through that and save a whole bunch of time. In this section, Shiny has to collect the moped and the driver, and they knocked the donuts off of the back of it in order to allow the hole to grow bigger before they had to actually collect it. Much like Katamari, it's a game where collecting things makes your ability to collect them stronger. In this case, instead of making a very large ball, the donut is getting very, very large. And it's just swallowing everything in its path. That's what delivering a donut is for BK.
Yep, exactly. So the main premise of this game is BK and Mira both work at the Donut County Donut Shop. And BK is working his way towards getting to level 10 because when he hits level 10, then he gets his quadcopter. He's very excited about it. And that was just a little flashback in the past, and now we just went to the present where BK's quadcopter is currently smashed, and we don't know why.
So now we're going to the second stage of the game with Potter. Most of the stages in this game are pretty simple, where you have to collect everything, or at least most things on screen to progress. You may notice, again, Shiny using momentum to flick smaller things off the top of larger things in order to collect them. This is a trick that gets used a lot during that.
So that screen there, we have to collect everything before we move on. Same with this screen. Pretty simple.
All the characters in this game are quite cute. We have Potter here making pottery, and oh goodness, I've forgotten his name. Oh, Pup is inside. Pup is watching us. You can see Pup pop up every so often just watching.
Yep, Pup is just keeping an eye on the donut because they don't want to fall in. And they kind of notice that the donut can't go inside the house, so they're just kind of hiding out for now.
Counterintuitively, a lot of the hardest to collect objects in this game are just the long ones, because if they go flat on the ground, you have to wait for gravity to start pulling them into the donut.
Yep.
You want to explain traits real quick?
So as we go through this game, the hull will start gaining different traits depending on what we put into the hull. Like in that instance, we consumed a furnace, which allowed it to get heat, which heat with a hot air balloon means that it'll rise a little bit easier. So that's just one of the first puzzles that we have to do. And as we go through this game, we're going to be our hull is going to be gaining different traits in order to do different things.
This right here is a cutscene skip. Essentially, there's an XP screen that we're skipping there that takes about, I believe it's 13 seconds. 13 seconds to go through every time. It's never changing. It's the same amount of XP every time. So we save quit back to the main menu and reload to skip the 13 seconds. It saves about 11 seconds on average, I think.
Yep, and there's 11 levels.
We do it 11 times, so we save about 2 minutes by doing that. This level, we have to get all of these snakes and all of the rocks in order to progress the screens here.
Yep, there's a bunch of grass and stuff here to help with the size of the hull, but we actually don't need to collect it in order to progress. Unfortunately, the way this rock is currently positioned just makes it a little difficult, but we got there.
There we go.
All right, and if you want to explain this skip really quick.
Okay, so right now Shiny is going for a quick skip here with this snake. Essentially, the snake can set off alarms. It sets off these chickens, and when the ranger notices that the chickens have been alerted, she ups the snake danger level. And 2 times here, Shiny is going to attempt to alert 2 chickens at once in order to make sure that we don't have to go back to gameplay and play a cutscene and go back to gameplay and play a cutscene. And that was perfect. And so now we just get to watch the snake danger increase by releasing all of the snakes. Don't know why they're in there. They just are.
We've just hit maximum snake danger.
Yeah, we hit maximum snake danger, so all of the snakes were released to help combat the other snakes.
That's the lore, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, so that one we just need to collect most of the big objects and we can move on.
Yeah. Each of these little dialogue sections is, unskippable. We do a little discussion and then we go back and learn how that character got into the hole.
Alright, so this one's going to be Salt's level, and this is going to introduce us to the water trait of the hull, where the hull can consume water and become flooded with water. Oh.
No.
And it's also going to introduce us to the Drinky Bird, which allows us to basically just remove all of the water within our hull.
So Shiny is going to be trying to do another quick skip here with the Drinky Bird. When the Drinky Bird comes down, it drinks the water that's currently in the hole. It drinks even while it's in the position. So if you get more water into the hole while the Drinky Bird is still drinking, it will double drink and allow you to save some time by not having to bring water to it each and every time. This is not the best one, but that's okay. It's an okay one. It was a very strange Drinky Bird, but we're not too worried about it.
Yeah, that was definitely not ideal, but we'll keep going.
It wasn't ideal, but it was efficient. And there goes Salt. And oh yeah, occasionally there are objects that you simply cannot interact with really, or pull into the donut until you have been a certain size for a certain period of time, like the Drinky Bird there, for example.
Yep. The Drinky Bird, you have to collect everything on the screen before you can collect them. Alright, now this level is going to introduce us to another mechanic, and it is basically how to make popcorn.
We get real fire for the first time here, and we also get corn.
Yep. So when we collect the corn and we collect the fire, it creates popcorn. Now, traditionally, the popcorn is supposed to jettison itself out of a hole and go into like a sort of RNG pattern and summon these crows, but we can just basically avoid all that just by putting the hole directly underneath the tent and just collect it all as it comes out.
Coyote's tent is very helpful for keeping the popcorn under control. As anyone who has cooked popcorn not in the microwave can attest to, that can be difficult sometimes.
Yep. We don't need to collect too many of the fence pieces. Basically, just have to collect that large amount in the background, and then we can progress through that stage.
Coyote used to own the donut shop. Then he
Yep.
sold it off.
He sold it off to the raccoons, who now own the Donut County Donut Shop.
We get the bunny level.
The bunny level, everyone's
Nikki and
favorite
Roma.
level.
Nikki and Roma, I think, are the couple that are up there.
Yep. So this is a cute little puzzle. Basically, we have to collect the large carrot so that the so that we can sort of guide this bunny down, and then we can also coax this bunny to coming down from up there. We get them both to eat the pieces of carrot at the same time, then we can collect it and move on to the next part.
One bunny plus one bunny equals
A lot of bunnies.
a lot of bunnies.
Right.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Oh, no, there's nothing.
Okay. So basically, right now we're trying to get to a certain size in order to get these other bunnies to come down and then basically hit the same cutscene over again. And then when we get to 6 bunnies in the hole, then something extra special happens.
Yes, more bunnies.
More bunnies.
Once again, you'll notice the little flick that Shiny is doing. And yes, the hole can collect things even in cutscenes. And then bunnies are bunnies, right?
Bunnies are bunnies. You collect 6 bunnies and suddenly you have 25 bunnies out of nowhere.
Yes, please spam bunny emotes. Thank you. Shiny has to get all the pieces of the house here in order for the progression to go, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, so we passed that stage with Rome and Nikki, and now we have to go to Pepper's level.
Yeah, Pepper's level.
Salt and Pepper used to play music together. If you were a little bit insightful in the last stage, you could tell that Salt had half of a guitar and Pepper has the other half of a guitar next to their trailer. And then this one also introduces us to another sort of fire mechanic, where this crow likes to throw in charcoal briquettes into our hole, and if we collect the charcoal briquettes after we've collected the campfire, then it creates this sort of small inferno. We can set the camper as well as some Joshua trees on fire in order for them to drop their seeds, and then that can help us increase the size of our hole.
Yeah, I don't know what I thought those were the first time, but it was not a grill and briquettes. I think I just thought it was like a grenade or something. I don't know why. I didn't parse it. Again, the Joshua trees and the crow are things that you can't interact with until the donut has reached a certain size.
Yep, they have to be the last things you collect, but you don't need to collect everything on that. You can skip the smaller stepping stones on that stage if you need to. That'll save us a little bit of time.
Oh, it's Morsel's turn now.
Yep, Morsel with their illegal fireworks stand.
Her very illegal and very obvious fireworks stand. We will be using the fireworks in this stage to do a few things. Number 1 is knock down those birds.
Yep.
Number 2 is
a little bit of a
knock
time.
down this bird. Sorry.
Yep, knock down this bird while she's having lunch. One of the bigger time saves that we can do there is like while that cutscene is playing, even if the hole is not visible, we can still place our cursor underneath the fireworks stand, and it'll start lighting the fireworks so that by the time our hole moves over to it, we'll just already be lit. Alright, now this stage has more corn and another fire, which means we make more popcorn. And the only thing we really need to collect is the fireworks stand, and it'll start the next cutscene over to get us to the next stage, where we will see Coco in the foreground.
See Coco snoring. You. Oh no, it's Coco stage is next.
Coco stage is next, and Coco has the best song in the game, despite what Cat may tell you.
It's not. It's not the best song in the game. Oh, Coco Stage also has the chameleons. And
Yep.
another text conversation that we can't skip. You may have noticed the little duck icon. If you press it, it quacks. That's
Yep.
what it does. If you quack enough times, sometimes the other character will quack back.
Yep. It does nothing but waste time, so we don't click it during the run at all. But it's pretty fun to play during or pretty fun to click on during a casual playthrough.
Why didn't we make that an incentive? One quack.
Just one quack. So right now, Mira and Coco are having a text conversation. Mira is basically asking Coco if they've heard about the disappearances going on throughout Donut County. And Coco's like, well, I think Possum has some ideas on what's going on, but I don't listen to Possum because they're just a conspiracy theorist. And Possum we'll get to meet later on during the game.
Possum thinks that the Earth is both flat and hollow.
At the exact same time. On this stage, basically, we're trying to collect all the chameleons, and if you look really closely, you can kind of see the silhouettes of their eyes, and once we collect all the chameleons, we can move on to the next section.
So this music, by the way, I don't like it. If you like it, sure, that's fine. The important thing about this music is that it's coming from that radio over there. And so if you don't collect the radio, the music just keeps going. Infinitely.
Yep. And the radio is the one thing on this part of the stage that you don't actually have to collect in order to progress. There's actually an achievement for not collecting the radio.
Yep. I think it's called Don't Stop the Music.
Oh no, we collected the radio.
I was saved by like 2 seconds of music there, I think.
Can I cut in with a donation?
Yeah, go for it.
I have $20 from Ian Keith that asks, if I donate $20, will you quack for Rocket Cats?
We can quack one time next time, right?
Yeah, we have a text conversation coming up. I can absolutely quack. Send a quack message.
We'll send a quack. We'll send one quack.
Oh, I have another one that is
no.
$10 from Adelor that says, hello, I would like a quack, please.
All right, we're going to send
Right
two
here.
quack conversation. We will also have another text message conversation coming up towards the end of the run as well. So if you want more quacks, feel free to send in more donations for more quacks.
Yes, we will quack for donations. I will not quack for donations. That was bad phrasing. So what we just did there was we bought upgrades for the donut, including the catapult, which is the new mechanic, and that will be very important for the rest of the game.
Yep,
Starting with that.
it's a new mechanic that will be ever present. All right.
So right there, what you're generally supposed to do is collect that first egg and use it to flip the switch, but Shiny saved that box from the previous section, and so flip the switch early, and we get a ton of eggs. A ton of eggs. It just keeps going, and then we eventually get enough to get this little silo.
Yep, and then once we get the silo, we basically have to collect just everything else on this map, and then we can progress.
The small barn, and then the large barn.
And then the large barn. Alright, now we move on to Bear Claw's level in Honey Nut Forest.
Bear Claw is a very successful beekeeper, as you can see. Very successful.
Very successful.
Oh, and now we get our another new thing for the catapult to do, right?
Yep, this is where we get introduced to the frog and frog mechanics, which is essentially just sort of a grappling hook that we get to use.
So Shiny will be using the frog to grab these beehives, and then these bees. There will be a on the next screen after this. There is a skip that Shiny is going to attempt to do. There are 4 bees, and you usually have to collect all 4 bees in order for the game to properly prioritize targets for you to be able to progress. But Shiny is going to be trying to collect 2 instead of 4. The 2 furthest to the right are the ones that Shiny is going to be trying to get. We really want to get Bearclaw down from this tree because Bearclaw by themselves is the trigger for the hole to get large enough to be able to get the little barn. So we got 3, but that might actually help because you do need the hole to be large enough. And there we go, we got Bearclaw, and the hole just jumps in size.
Yep.
So we got most of it.
So essentially what's supposed to happen there is that the bees are supposed to distract the frogs, so you're not actually supposed to be able to collect Bear Claw there. But by moving the hole under Bear Claw, we can get the frog to dip down deep enough so that we can actually just skip a decent portion of that level.
We're now on Chef's level. Chef has several problems. One is that, well, no, Chef is good at cooking. He just has a lot of bugs.
It just has a pest control problem.
A very bad pest control problem. Very bad pest control problem. And this level, we're gonna make some soup.
Unfortunately, we got a little bit of a bad cycle here. We want the salt and pepper shakers to be as close to the left as possible. Because if you look on the right over there, we do have a recipe, basically soup plus 1 salt plus 1 pepper, just is all we're realistically looking for. And then the more shakes of salt and pepper we do, the more bugs will show up. And if a bug gets in your soup, then we just basically have to redo that entire section.
There is a secret soup recipe. I do not know it off the top of my head, but there's an achievement for doing the secret recipe for the soup.
It is 3 shakes of pepper and 2 shakes of salt.
So much. And there's so many bugs running around when you do that.
Yep.
The rest of the level is pretty simple.
And if you do that properly, the chef will actually shed a tear of joy from the sheer flavor of the soup that you have created for them.
And this is about the point where you start realizing, A, the donut got real big, and B, buildings are very tall and not at all shaped for going down into the donut.
Yeah. They're not very donut friendly.
They're not donut ergonomic.
All right. And that was basically the last level for BK to hit level 10 in their experience bar, which means that they have unlocked their quadcopter. And this is just sort of a pre-recorded cutscene, so if you have any sort of donations or anything that you want to read out, go for it.
I certainly do. I have a $20 donation from Sheepy of Lily that says donuts. And I also have a $10 donation from Rich Kupo that says, "Hey Achi, hey Cat, it's Rich. Enjoying the run so far. Put this towards the runner's choice. Extra $5 if Achi tells the cat to please stop forgetting her whiskers. Good luck on the rest of the run, Kupo."
So for charity, unfortunately, I'm going to have to stay at please stop forgetting your whiskers.
In this level, we barely get to see it, but in the top left, the picture has changed. Mira is controlling the donut right now. Mira is teaching BK a lesson about putting other people in a hole by putting him in a hole. And then herself. Great lesson. And now we're back to the present. We no longer have to do the experience skip. We don't have to do that every single time. We don't have to save load. It's great.
Yeah. So now it's going to be just straight gameplay from here on out without having to go back to the menu.
We still get these discussions.
Yeah. So this level here, basically, they're like, we need to get a hacker in order to figure out how to get out of this hole. So here we have the conspiracy theorist that we were talking to Coco about in our text message conversation, and this is Possum's place. Okay.
So this is Possum's place. This is the only dark level in the game, thankfully. There are the candles to help, and there is the flashlight that you can get, that you have to get batteries for if certain events happen. There is a cat here that we're trying really hard not to startle because it will steal the batteries, I think, somehow, and we have to end up going back to get the lights back on, and it's a whole thing. So we're trying to get the cat to aggro later on. Once again, square objects in round holes is difficult sometimes. There's the cat. Yep.
Yep.
See,
We
we've
startle the
lost
cat,
the
it turns off the light, but fortunately we just get to do that, and then we just get to
Yep.
startle the cat. And the cat should just fall into the hole, and then we just need to
Away.
collect. We need to collect everything in here, including Possum. And
I
then
like
we,
Possum's conspiracy board.
yeah. Possum has a lot of theories on what's going on in Donut County.
Possum has a lot of theories, and unfortunately for everyone, we've already learned that this Earth is hollow because everyone is still down there, 1,000 feet down in the ground. So Possum is unbearably smug for a little while.
You know,
I knew it.
I knew
I knew it.
it. So Possum realizes after a few stories that Pup is currently lost in a hot air balloon, and they're like, well, if we can get a police scanner, we can figure out where Pup is at. We can get that hot air balloon, and then we can all escape out of this hole. So right now we are currently at the level called Raccoon Lagoon, which is basically a theme park made entirely for raccoons, where the police chief is currently enjoying a nice vacation, and we are about to destroy this theme park.
Yes. So Shiny is doing a few little setups here to get extra water for before we need it. We have to have water to turn that wheel. We have to have water to turn a different wheel in a minute, and we had to have something in the donut so that we could lift up the last part of that water slide. Now this is a little tricky because the gumball machine is right in front of a water main, so the hole really likes to fill with water from the water main. But now,
Plus the gumball machine is just an awkward shape.
yeah, we turned a different wheel very fast.
We set up that Ferris wheel really fast to smash into the castle so that we can collect the police chief, their scanner, and a decent amount of the castle. Basically, all we need to do is collect the police chief, the Ferris wheel, and then this water slide in order to progress. But unfortunately, this water slide likes to be difficult sometimes.
It's a weird shape. It's just a weird shape.
Police chief is not very happy about being stuck in this donut. But Possum is using the police scanner and finds out that Pup is actually lost on the 405 currently. And the police are currently trying to deal with it.
So now we just got to deal with this traffic jam. Starting with this tiny mouse. I am so sorry, tiny mouse. But
Sorry, Tiny Mouse.
And just like in the middle of this, the raccoons have just decided,
You know, I'm just gonna watch some TV.
let's just chill. Let's set up a bank of 9 televisions and a picnic table. While
We
one
have-
raccoon tries to fix the donut truck.
I mean, I've always wanted to watch TV on the highway, but I didn't think it would be like this.
Oop. So, you may notice right there that there was a blue donut. The blue donut is saved for us now in the top left. Because, cop raccoons love donuts.
Yep. And we basically say, hey, I'm gonna trade you this donut for this camera, and now we can use this camera to flash the cops to get them down from up on high.
So Shiny actually did that in a very specific order as well, from the highest up raccoon to the lowest raccoon, so that they would all land at approximately the same height.
Yep.
Approximately the same time. I would hope they land at the same height.
This one's a little bit special. You not only need to hit him with the flash of the camera, but you also need to actually hit him with the camera once he's stunned, so you can collect him. And then after that's done, we can free up traffic.
And if you have any donations to be read over, I've never seen a car do that actually. Do you have to collect that?
I'm not sure, but yeah, if you have any donations to be read, now would be a good time.
have so many donations to read. You are all doing great. I have another quack request from Katsu, who donated $10 and said, give BK his quadcopter back. Also, quack for the chat. I also have a $5 donation from Puppy that says, ShinyWark, bark, 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 and then has a little happy face. I also have a $10 donation from the British Andy. I've gone quackers for some quacks. Amazing run so far. Shiny and awesome commentary as well. Keep up the fantastic work.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So now BK and Mira have taken the hot air balloon, and we're going to be taking the fight over to the Trash King. Basically, BK is going to try to talk to the Trash King, and get him to free everyone from the depths of the hole.
One more quack.
Yeah.
So it's not shown to us, but Possum is also in the hot air balloon here. Possum's part will not come up. We're gonna be skipping it.
Yeah.
Possum's there though.
Possum is there, but yeah, we're going to be skipping Possum's cutscene. I'm going to throw in just a couple more quacks just for good measure.
So essentially, PK said, "Hey, can you help the people get back out of the hole?" And the Trash King was like, "Who? What's happening?"
New phone, who dis?
New phone, who dis? So right there's supposed to be a cutscene where Possum introduces their hacking device, which is just a USB drive, and then you take the USB drive and hack into the camera with it.
Yep, we're supposed to catapult it into the camera, but basically we can skip that entire scene just by clicking on the camera just as the scene is about to transition, and it skips that entire section.
Yeah, we are such good hackers that we don't even need the tech. We just touch it, right?
Yep, that's exactly how it works. So there we basically got the red key card so we can get into the biology lab, and then we can see that these raccoons are studying snake.
One snake. So the raccoon labs here are a little bit of just a, hey look, remember that thing you did? Let's do it one more time. Just going through the game and hitting up the little things that we did. We use the snake in this crane game, and then we will be. You may have noticed the flies around, and there's the frog to eat the flies. I believe that you also try and do a small skip here, where you eat one less fly.
We can try to do it, but it's
iffy.
It's a bit inconsistent, unfortunately. So
it's so inconsistent. So we're just gonna take all four. Not gonna bother. Oh, and of course the frog is delivering the bunnies. So.
And you know what happens when we get 4 bunnies in a hole?
No points for guessing.
And this section is pretty much pre-recorded, so if there's any more that you have, feel free to shout out some donations.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
We have destroyed the biolab. It's gone. And now bunnies roam
the halls.
Bunnies roam freely. They have taken control.
Anyway, if there's still time for donations, we have $15 from Rachel asking the hard-hitting question of, what's your favorite kind of donut?
Oh.
My favorite kind of donut is always a sugar twist.
I had a caramel donut one time, and it had like caramel icing and like caramel shavings, like chocolate shavings, and I don't think I've ever eaten anything that good. So here in the anthropology lab, the raccoons are studying trash. They are studying trash because they do not understand where trash comes from. And with the people disappearing, they are like, wait, where are we going to get our trash? What's the source for the trash?
Yep. Only the people on the surface know how to make the trash. We don't know how to make trash ourselves.
What is trash? Nobody knows. So in this section, we're using the water to jumpstart the circuits. We're using the Drinky Bird to get the water out of the hole. We're using the furnace to light the firework, and then we are going to blow it up.
We're going to light this firework over here. And basically we did sort of a small skip at the beginning where before the shield even comes down, we can actually collect water from the pail, and we can start short-circuiting those wires a little faster so we can just get one cycle in before we're supposed to, basically. And now after we destroy the anthropology lab, Trash King says, meet me in my office. So we're going to go do just that.
You gotta go down this hallway with all these donuts. Sorry, gifts. Gifts from the Trash King. Definitely gifts. Not traps.
Not traps in the slightest.
Hey, Shiny.
Yeah.
If TK stands for Trash King, what does BK stand for?
We've already been over this. It's Burger King.
It's not Burger King. It cannot be Burger King. Anyway, here's the last definitely not a trap. That definitely works somehow.
Yeah. We've been able to go through grates before, but not this one, apparently. This one absolutely traps the hole.
I think the donut is too big, but don't worry about it. The Trash King has our hacking device that we didn't use, and a pickle.
In a pickle, in a jar. Which they can absolutely get their hand out of the jar anytime that they want to. They just don't want to right now.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. He doesn't need any help. BK offers help. TK is like, no.
No, we're good. We're good.
I'm good. I don't even think the jar is stuck. I think he just won't let go of the pickle. It's like, it's straight. I
Yeah.
think.
So basically right now TK is offering BK an offer saying like, hey, I'll make you like my right-hand man. We'll get you your own like super quadcopter, and you just have to forget those people underground, and you have to forget the people out in the hot air balloon right now.
This is
And yeah,
the boss.
this is the boss, the King Quadcopter. And he fires the direct enemy of the hole, which is just cement.
So there are these bombs. There are small bombs, and there are large bombs. Oh, that's bad.
That is pretty bad.
So there's small bombs and large bombs. You can pick up the small ones. You cannot pick up the large ones. There's only one small bomb in each set, and you have to hit the King Quadcopter with that small bomb to do damage. Otherwise, the hot air balloon gets damaged, and it can hit pretty hard. Sometimes. This time we got that. Okay,
Nice.
cool. So the King Quadcopter takes 3 hits from the small bombs to destroy, and between the bombs, that's an ugly pattern.
This is a pretty ugly pattern, yeah. Oh, jeez.
I believe in you.
Thank
You
you.
got this.
Good. Okay.
Good.
So if you didn't notice, we took about a third of our health and damage from that first hit. The damage the King Quadcopter does actually scales exponentially downward. So even though that first one did about a third of our health, it does take about like 6 or 7 hits for us to actually die and get a game over.
It does make it scary though, the first time through.
Yeah.
This is a slightly better pattern.
Slightly.
So if the cement hits the hole, you have to use one of the bombs to explode the cement in order to regain access to your donut.
Yep, and also when your hole gets covered in cement, the King Quadcopter actually does not throw out a small bomb. So even if you do manage to unplug your hole, there's nothing that you can do to fight back, and he will just deal damage to you.
Mira and Possum think that BK has turned on them, and TK comes back with rockets, missiles, something.
Yep, TK comes back with a King Quadcopter that has a missile launcher on the front. And then BK comes out and says, I didn't take the pickle, and comes back with a hacking device so that we can hack into this King Quadcopter.
So here's the hacking that we missed earlier. But now it's hacked. So this time we get 6 small bombs, I believe.
Yep.
We have to hit with all of them in order to destroy the King Quadcopter. But
And we
that's
just collect
pretty
all of them
simple.
first because it just makes it easier to hit all of them at once on the King Quadcopter.
We have defeated the King Quadcopter. We are nearly there.
Yeah,
We
we
have
are
to-
almost at time.
We have to pick up the pieces, and then we have to use the tornado to put an end to the Raccoon Corporation or something.
So we're going to be destroying this first section of TK's castle, and then once we get to the back section, once the screen flashes white after the back section is destroyed, then that will be time. That will be coming up here momentarily. Alright.
We're very nearly there.
Almost there. And time.
Hey.
Good run, good run.
That was solid. I have no idea what the time was.
Yep. What was our time?
Your time was 38 minutes and 12 seconds.
Oh damn. That
that
destroyed
a
the PB by like a minute.
That's really good. That's better than the practice. That's way better than the practice run we did.
Yeah. I think our practice run yesterday was like 39:20, so this is yeah, 100% a PB.
And we missed the bomb.
Yeah. Not bad.
We missed the bomb and we got 3 Bs. Coyote does exist outside of the tent.
Yep. And he has a sweet leather jacket. And Coyote basically says, I'm gonna come back to the surface and I get to be your boss.
Morsel threatens us.
Yeah, Morsel says, if you tell anyone about my business, I will murder you.
Oh, and we did quack several times, huh?
Yep, we did quack several times during this run.
This is just a large catapult.
Yeah, just a large catapult. We basically get some more exposition. Just everyone's just like, oh, I'm gonna do this when I get back to the surface, and I've gained a new outlook on life.
I do think Possum went back to the surface with the still comatose police chief, and I don't know what to think about that.
Alright. That was Donut County. And once we're done with the game, we get these beautiful credits that we can just fly around in.
Thank you all for watching. Especially thank you all for donating. Hope you had a lovely time.
Yes, thank you so much all for coming to watch me play Donut County. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the marathon. And yeah, I think we are good.
Yeah, remember to buy Donut County. It's on sale right now.
Oh yeah,
buy
Donut County's on
it.
sale. It's less than $4 right now. So if you really like this game and you're looking for a fun bite-sized indie adventure, I swear it only takes like an hour and a half to get through on a casual playthrough. Super fun, super worth it, and the story is very cute and very silly.
Yes, it'll be better when you can read the story.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Oh, we did. Uh-oh, I might be too late.
What?
Give me 1 second here.
Sure. Oh, window percent.
Yep, window.
window
I was
percent.
I was messaging you furiously.
We forgot.
Okay, we're going back. We did meet the incentive for the post-game window percent run. Thank you very much. That raised $141.
Oh my goodness.
Yay.
Nice. Thank you so much for being so generous.
Oh.
All right.
You have to put it back up for me.
Yep, I got it. Oh yeah, and then once you beat the game, you get this lovely intro screen. But yeah, we're gonna be switching over to window percent. Window percent is basically I'm just gonna explain it now, just because window percent takes less than a minute to actually go through. So basically, what we did in the first stage is oh no, where did my okay. What we did in the first stage is we skipped the entire intro and just went straight into the title card, where we started collecting the Donut County, whereas then collected the male person. So if you try to attempt that skip before the text message box comes up, basically what happens is you will be playing through the window, and your donut will be in the background. It gives you a very narrow view of what you're looking at, and it makes it very difficult to try to figure it out. figure out where your hole is and what you're supposed to be doing. And basically, once you collect the donut in Donut County, it forces a scene transition, and then it just plays off as regular. So window percent starts when I hit this button to start the level, and window percent ends when you hear the ding after collecting the donut to move on to the next segment.
It's real short and it's real frustrating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I will also need just like extreme quiet when I begin. Go ahead, Kat.
I was gonna say that you were the world record holder for window percent until very recently.
Yes. I was a world record holder in window percent until about 3 weeks ago when someone beat my time by 2 seconds. I'm working on getting it back. I am now within 1 second of getting it back, but it's gonna take some time to shave off that last second. All right. So we're gonna be starting here in 3, 2, 1, go.
You got this.
Fine.
Woo! That is really difficult. I tried it for about an hour and I did not finish it once. Shiny just nailed it first try. That's it.
That's it. That was window percent. Thank you so much for donating to meet that incentive.
It's real low, but we got there. We got there.
Did it. We got there.
We got there, and we gave some more quacks, right?
I'm just gonna go ahead and send out some more quacks just for the chat.
Okay, now this time for real. Thanks very much for having.
Yes, thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.